I was really ready to run through a wall for you up there.
What's that?
When you were talking,
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're going to have to do. We're in an unusual position for our program. But again, a wonderful opportunity to coach a great group of kids, and we're underdogs right now. Nobody's picking us to win, and but I still feel like we're a contender for this championship. If a lot of things have to go right, but see what happens.
Well, what makes you feel that way?
Just the type of kids we have, and you look, when you. Last week was the first week we kind of really took a good look at the other teams, and we're all battling the same stuff. We're all battling depth and trying to find places where we can score points. And it's like I said earlier, man. It's the league. There's so much parity right now that the team that catches on fire, the team that believes they can overcome a few obstacles, that kind of team will win the meet. Obviously, Florida is the team out in front. They got a phenomenal team, but it's when not the group of us chasing them and not too far behind, and things happen certain ways, and you find yourself right in the thick of it. So
you said guys double, some might even triple. Who are going to be your workhorses for the weekend?
Well, you can look at you look at a guy like Hunter that. He'll see a lot of work this weekend. Gilbert Boyd, Austin Dahlquist, all of our distance runners will be doubling.
They'll be doing the 3 and the 5.
3 and the 5K, and you got Cameron Griffith, who will most likely run more than that. So we haven't decided on the distance medley relay yet, but he'll be in the 5K. Excuse me, he'll be in the 3K and the mile. So. And then possibly the DMR.
So Boyd's doing the 3 and the 5, and
yep.
Griffith's doing the mile and the 3.
Yep.
And they both could be on the DMR.
Both could find themselves. Well, maybe not Boyd, but certainly Cameron and what have you. So.
And Hunter's doing the 4 and the 4x4.
4 and the 4x4, and who knows? Maybe even a DMR too. Just depends on how that prelim goes. So those relays really won't come together until. We find out what happens in the prelims.
Right, and see how guys are feeling. And
yeah.
Well, what other guys are key for you, do you think, besides the guys you mentioned?
Well, our sprint crew, Roy, and Shaq ran his first race last weekend. He's been out for nearly a year, so, he got 2 races in, a prelim and a final in that qualifying meet. Those guys are really important as well. So Laquan Nairn is holding down the fort both in the triple jump and the long jump, and he's been nursing injuries all year long as well. So we just got to get feeling good, and it's going to be an all hands on deck kind of performance. You look at certain teams, and a majority of their points may be coming from 9 or 10 or 11 kids. We have 27 athletes on this team, and our message to all of them is everybody's got to score. Everybody's got to get a point. Everybody's got to find a point. If that happens, then we can get 4, 5, or 6 guys that are not on the top 10 list, but they find themselves in the finals, find themselves scoring. Then it can change the meet around. So. It's going to be all hands on deck.
How about Eric? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
How about Eric in the throws?
Eric in the throw is doing a phenomenal job. Great story. Just a kid that has worked his way through 4 years here. As he said, we're not a throws program, but Mario has really done a phenomenal job this year with him, and so he's in the mix. I mean, he's in the mix to score points in an event that traditionally you don't see a Razorback in. The other person that is a big for us is Gabe Moore as well. Gabe is, I don't know what he's ranked in the country, 2nd or 3rd, but he's certainly capable of contending for a national championship, in a few weeks. And He'll have his hands full with the SEC meet this weekend, but he's really dialed in. So
I guess Derek going to do the hep too.
Derek, another senior, again, I think he's ranked third, and just excited about watching him compete in his final competition as a raceback. So, that's what we talk about. You want these seniors to leave with a ring, and that's kind of what the goal will be.
How much can running at home help these guys running on their home track?
I mean, it helps. It's you're familiar with the track, the layout of the track. Like I said, it's down to where the restrooms are. You know how to get around. You know how to work your way through the two facilities, whether it's the warm-up area going into the arena, the home crowd, the feel of the track. Just all those things could make a difference. But like I said, you're looking at a league that is good in everything. There's good athletes from every school there, and these athletes have been around, and so they've been on our track a number of times, and they're not much phases these top group of athletes that are going to score at this meet. So that home field advantage certainly helps, but we can't rely on it.
I feel like your kids are embracing the underdog role. I mean, it's always nice to be the favorite, but
They're probably embracing it a lot better than I am. That's for sure. But I'm just so proud of these guys. And again, the message is, you don't run the meet on paper, and the instant information that our kids get all season long. It's incredible. It's hard the social media, the comments on social media, the things that happen. There are no secrets any which way, and it's if they can just compartmentalize, and if we can just not look at the scoreboard and really be dialed in and be self-aware of what's going on right in front of us, live in the moment. That's when good things happen, and that's what our good teams have done in the past. Whether we have a target on our back and everybody's chasing us, or we're the underdog doing the chasing, the principles don't change. You got to really be dialed in, and that's what we'll be just telling our guys, that anything can happen, and obviously, like any championship meet. There needs to be a little good fortune in there, but you're going to have to create most of it.
Can you speak to the level of competition that's coming in here this weekend?
It's off the charts. I just we're these this NCAA track and this conference in particular. It's the proving ground for the Olympic Games. It's a proving ground for all these teams' national championships, whether they're coming from the islands or they're coming from Kenya, they're coming from Europe or whatever. There's an incredible mix of talent from all over the world, and you put them on a facility like ours in that environment that's really conducive to feeling the energy from the fans and all that. Anything can happen, and so it would not surprise me if a world record was broken. So I don't think you can say that in a lot of sports. I just can tell you that the athletes that were sitting up here today are phenomenal athletes, and they compete at a very, very high level, and you're going to see a lot of that with this SEC meet. It's not arguably the best conference in the country. It is the best conference in the country. So the facts prove that. So it's going to be an unbelievable meet. It's a great opportunity for people to see some world-class performances and future Olympians. Yeah.